Stop. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Hi, my little Mayflowers. It's me again. I don't know if you can tell, but I am in the hospital and I've been here since January 21st. So I've been here for quite a while now. Um, I've been diagnosed with this disease called MOGAD, MOGAD for short, or MOG. Um, and I just kind of wanted to tell my story about it. So last year I started having some like tingling and numbness and throughout my whole like right leg and my feet, and I was getting these really bad constant headaches, and it got to the point where they were so bad that I went to the ER. So I went to the ER and they did a CT scan of my head and of my neck. Um, they didn't find anything wrong, so they kind of just gave me medicine and sent me on my way. I'd been at the ER for like at least 6 hours just waiting for them to get results and get back to me. And at the end of it, they didn't really find anything wrong, so they sent me home with some medicine, and that was that. They referred me to a neurologist, and um, I decided to, go to the neurologist to see if they could figure out what was wrong. They knew it was a nerve problem because of the tingling and the numbness, but they weren't sure exactly what was causing these symptoms. So I go to the neurologist. I have a couple appointments with them. We do an EMG, and we do this other nerve test. I forgot the name of it. And once again, they don't really find anything that's wrong with me. And at this point, I'm frustrated because I've been doing these MRI scans, CT scans, been the EMG tests, going to the doctor at least 2 times a month, constantly trying to figure out what's wrong. And at the end of me going through to the neurologist and them doing the MRI scans of my head and of my neck and doing the EMG and not finding anything, they kind of just was like, well, we can't really find anything what's wrong. We'll set up a follow-up appointment 6 months from now and see if anything changes between then and there, then we might not have that follow-up appointment and know what's wrong. We might know what's wrong if something happens between now and then, but for now, since we've done all these tests and we couldn't find anything, there's nothing we can really do anymore, is what they were saying. So that happened around November, early December, when they were like, we'll schedule an appointment 6 months from now. And around December, around Christmas and Christmas Eve time, I started losing vision in my right eye. It was very, very gradual at first, so I didn't really have an urgency to go to the doctor or go to the emergency room, and that was also because I still had a past due balance from all the other things I was doing before I started losing my vision in my eye. I just was really frustrated with going to the doctors, and I didn't want to go to the doctors just for them to tell me once again that they couldn't find anything that was wrong with me. So for the longest time, I put off going to the doctor, even though I was losing vision in my right eye. And it got to a point in January of this year where, like, whenever I would close my left eye, I literally could not see anything really with my right eye. It got that bad before I scheduled an appointment with the optometrist using Zodoc, and they were able to get me in pretty quick after I was like, okay, there is something really wrong because I really cannot see throughout this eye. Scheduled an appointment with a doctor. Her name was Dr. Sanaei. I had my appointment with her. I walk in, we do the eye test thing, and obviously I can't see through this eye, so every time they're like, oh, close this eye and look through this eye and tell me what's on the board, I'm like, I can't see anything. Like, I straight up cannot see anything. So they knew something was wrong too. They told me that it would be best to do a retinal eye scan or something like that. I don't know the exact name of it. They did the retinal eye scan. Once again, I'm sitting with the doctor, and she's like, everything looks good. Like, your macula is a little thin, but I have nothing to compare it to, so I don't know if it's getting thinner or if it's always been like this. And she said you could see perfectly out of your left eye, so we know there's no problems there, but even though they look the same, there's something wrong with this one, obviously, because you can't see. What I really appreciate about Dr. Sanaei is that she kept on trying to do tests with this eye and this eye to see if she could figure out what the problem was. She kept looking at the imaging that they got from the test to see if she could find out what it was. But at the end of the day, she couldn't find out. She couldn't really figure out what was wrong based on what she was seeing. But she told me that the optometrist only sees what's near the front of the eye. She told me that she felt like there was something going on with my optic nerve or something in the back of the eye that she couldn't see that was causing me to lose my vision. So she recommended, she gave me 2 cards, she gave me 2 contacts, and she was like, I'm going to give you these, you won't have to use them because I'm going to try to call them and figure out which one for you it's best to go to. And then on Monday, I'll call you back and give you a plan of action. So I got my new prescription, left the clinic, and she actually did call me back the next Monday, but I missed her call. I forgot, I think I may have been at work or something, or whatever. I just missed her call. And then she called me again, and this time she called me, I was kind of like napping, and I picked up my phone and I saw that she was calling. I was like, I don't really feel like talking right now. I'm kind of napping. I don't know why. I just have this weird thing about phone calls. I just don't like phone calls. I don't like making them, don't like taking them. It's just something I need to get over for sure, but that's just how I am. So it's now like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I still hadn't called her back. And then I think I called her back the next Monday. The next Monday I was like, hi, is Dr. Sanaei here? I need to talk to her. And the front desk lady, she was like, I think she's busy right now, but let me review your appointment notes to see if there's anything she wanted us to tell you. So I'm waiting on hold. The receptionist is seeing if there's any notes, and the receptionist tells me that Dr. Sanaei's notes were to go to the Houston Methodist ER. So I was like, okay, I'll make sure to go to the ER. We hang up. So in my head, it's like 3 o'clock or something. If I go to the emergency room right now, I'm going to be there all night basically. So I was like, you know what? And this was also in Houston around the time that the snowstorm was coming. So I was betting on the fact that if it snows tomorrow, there's not going to be a lot of people on the road. If there's not a lot of people on the road, then I'm going to be able to be seen by the emergency room quicker. And the quicker I'm seen, the better, because the quicker I can get out. Well, it turns out my little sister drives me to the ER on Tuesday. On the morning it snowed and everyone was playing in the snow, and they saw me pretty quick. I think we were basically the only ones in the ER. They saw me pretty quick. I got my CT scan done pretty quick. They found something wrong with the CT scan, so then I did an MRI of my brain, my neck, and my spine, and they found what the issue was. They found that there was inflammation in my optic nerve, and there was also inflammation near the bottom of my spine. The doctors initially thought it was going to be multiple sclerosis. It didn't turn out to be some multiple sclerosis, which I'm kind of glad for. But what it did turn out to be is this disease called MOGAD, MOGAD, or MOG for short. We're matching. We're kind of matching, not gonna lie. This is Alfonso, by the way. A little cow, a little longhorn. You know, we're in Texas. You coming? Okay. Anyways, what was I saying? The disease I have, it's called MOGAD. And my first day into the ER, they did something called the lumbar puncture. I forgot to mention that. But the first day, after they did the CT scans, the MRIs, and they decided to do a lumbar puncture after I was admitted into the hospital. And the lumbar puncture results came in not too long ago, but they were able to diagnose me with MOGAD based off of that lumbar puncture. So you're like, what is MOGAD, right? What the hell? MOGAD it stands for, sorry, it's loading. It stands for Myelin Oligodendrocyte Glycoprotein Antibody Disease. That is a mouthful. It is an autoimmune disorder where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the myelin protein, which is a protective sheath that covers and insulates nerve fibers in the central nerve. It is an autoimmune disorder where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the myelin protein, which is a protective sheath that covers and insulates nerve fibers in the central nervous system, in the brain, and the spinal cord. This attack on MOG leads to inflammation and damage to the myelin, resulting in a range of neurological symptoms such as optic neuritis, transverse myelitis, acute disseminated, I can't say that word, and brain inflammation. MOGAD is a rare but serious condition that can cause significant disability. Treatment typically involves immunosuppressant medication to suppress the immune system and prevent further damage to the myelin. So, basically, my immune system is crashing out and it's attacking itself. It says it's rare, so there are clinical research trials and studies still going on for it, which for me, that's something that I'm kind of thankful for, because if I participate in these clinical trials, I could get paid for it. I found one the other day that was just a 60-minute survey of what it's like to live with the disease, and once you completed the 60-minute survey, they gave you $120. So there's a silver lining in all of this. Whenever I was first admitted into the hospital, I don't know, I was taking it pretty roughly. I consider myself a healthy person. I don't eat the healthiest, but I eat healthier than the average person. I go to the gym on a consistent basis. I don't really get sick that often. Like, why is this happening to me? So I felt like God was punishing me for some reason. And I told my mom this. Told my mom all this. I told a lot of people all this, and everybody's been so supportive. The nurses have been so supportive. My family members have been so supportive, and I kind of thank this disease for bringing me closer to them. Yeah. I don't know if there's that much more to say, but I'm also gonna get a tattoo that symbolizes MOGAD. I have lots of tattoo ideas. Whenever I get out of here, I've been here for so long, guys. I'm so ready to leave. I'm so ready to leave. I just want to live my life. It feels like life has been confined to these walls lately. I just want to go to the grocery store and cook dinner and hang out with my friends and listen to music. Oh, look at that. One of my friends is calling me. Oh. But yeah, my friends and family have been super supportive, and I'm just really glad to have such a good family around me. It's made me appreciate life more, and I'm still excited to do the things that I've been planning to do. I'm gonna get some tattoos. I have plans for like other tattoos besides the ones that I'm getting somewhere along in the future, down the line, very far down the line, but down the line nonetheless. Yeah. I'm still planning on staying active and taking my pole classes, which I'm really excited for that. Oh, and I'm moving out. So throughout this whole fiasco of being diagnosed and whatnot, where I live, the house that I live at started to have issues, and a pipe broke and flooded the whole house while I was in the hospital, And our landlord was like, you guys got to move out immediately, like as soon as possible. So I'm dealing with that too. And then also being here for 2 days, after being here for 2 days, I found out that my little sister was pregnant. Yeah. I'm excited for her, but that came as a shock for me. And her baby's gonna be living with us, which I'm happy, but I'm also kind of nervous about, but I think things will turn out okay. But that's pretty much everything that's going on in my life right now. I am still going to the University of Houston. I'm still a University of Houston student, and this was supposed to be my final year at University of Houston, my final year at University of Houston. Sounds crazy to say, but of course something like this had to happen right at the start of the school year. But most of my professors are understanding. I'm only taking 3 classes though. Most of my professors were understanding. There was one professor that was kind of a little jerk a little bit, but I dropped his class. I'm just gonna take that class during the summer. I decided it would be easier for me to just take that class during the summer so I could focus on that in my internship. But yeah, besides that, everything else is okay. I'm set to be discharged on what day? On not tomorrow, but the day after that. And then on Friday, I have the career fair for my school that I'm excited for. Bye. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. Any questions you have down below, I'll try to answer them. Any observations you want to make, if you relate to me, anything. I appreciate all the comments that I get. Bye.